Hello world and welcome to Tinker and Loyalty. Today I'm going to show you how to segment your customers using an R.F.M analysis. If you don't know what this is, don't worry, stay with me 30 more seconds and I'll show you how powerful it is and how you can do it, even if you don't feel confident in your data skills. But first, hi, my name is Renato Carboni and I'm a loyal strategist from Brazil, now living in Portugal. You can find all about me or Tinkering Loyalty at the description. Let's start. So, what is an R.F.M analysis? R.F.M stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. And it is a retention analysis where you will get your current data, apply a simple ranking of the information, and you will get a pro segmentation of that. And I'll show you how to do it now. When I mention a data that you already have, it's the data that will allow you to answer these three questions. Who did you sell to? When did you sell to them? And how much money have you sold? So to do that, the only information you need is your invoices or receipts. And you have this in some form. It's not mandatory that you have a robust CRM, ERP, whatever words or tools they are saying. If you have your sales records, you can do this. And I'll show you a very quick simplification of what you need to do with your sales records. So basically in this example, I have here Renato, Vasco, Margarida, Pedro, and you. And I'm telling that the last time I sold to Renato was 7 days ago. The last time I sold to you was 60 days ago. The amount of times I sold to you in 3 months were 7 times, and to me, just 3. And these 3 months, it could be the length that you want. I'm pitching here for you 3 months because it suits most business. But if you work with travel or hospitality, then it's way more time. But if it's a standard store or retail or I don't know, anything that you repeat purchase, like you can't be a dealership and expect me to buy a car once every 3 months or more than once. Use the time frame that suits your business, okay? And then the amount spent in this period, in this case 3 months. After you compiled this information, so you got the invoices, you converted those invoices in who did I sold to, when was the last time, how many times I sold them in this period, and how much money. Great. Now you are going to do the basic ranking, and it's really a basic ranking. So I'm going to show you this example, and then I'm going to show you how to do it very easily. So in this example, when I get recency, I assigned the worst scoring that I have here, that's number 1, for you. You were the one that purchased last 60 days ago. And Vasco was the one that purchased more recently, so he has a score of 5. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is very important, and we are going only to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter the amount of customers you have. This is due to more complex explanations regarding Pareto and other analytics, and I'm not going into that. But just follow my path here and it will work for you. So let's switch things to the Excel and I'll show you how to do it very quickly. So great. Excel is on the screen for you, but not for me at the moment. Hey, Excel is here for me now. So what I did here was create a fake database with 1,000 customers. You could have more, you could have less. The way I'll show you, it will work. And I created here a formula to say, please assign a recency number from 1 to 90, because we have 90 days in our 3 months example, a frequency between 1 and 15 times in that period, just a random number, and an amount spent between 150 euros, reais, dollars, whatever, and 1,000, okay? So I'm going to make Excel send this information to all the base, but this is just because I don't have your invoices here. Now everyone got a value assigned, and now we need to do our very simple ranking. How do we do that, assigning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1,000 people or less? Essentially, you just say, how much customers do I have? In my case, I have 1,000. So divide that by 5. If you had less customers, divide that by 5, round up to an integer number. It don't matter. Okay, so in my case, I have 1,000. I need to assign number 1, 2, or 3, or 5, 4, or 5 for each 200 customers. So how do we do that? We will start with recency. The way we do it is we are going to simply sort them from the ones that purchase earlier and the ones that purchase farther away. Okay, so just go here and sort it from the smaller number and get 200 guys. So the ones that bought very recently, we are going to give them the score 5. They are our best customers in recency. So I'll get this 5. I'll scroll down here so that I have 200 lines and I'll paste them. Okay, so now let's assign a number for the second tier. But look at this, what's important. In my randomly generated base, what I'm seeing here in my Pareto, my best 20% customers, is that 19 days is on average the sweet spot. Like the people that bought most recently is from yesterday, from 90 days behind, because there are a lot of people that bought way longer than that. Okay, so now we are going to give 4 to the other guys. Another way you can do this in Excel, and I'm manually doing is, there's a lot of formulas to do that, but you can manually do this. Just scroll down and he's going to show you. He's showing me here 66 lines, 67 lines. So get another 200 lines and give a 4 to them. I did it incorrectly. Okay, let me quickly do this. Great. And you will do this for 3 and 2 and 1. Now you do the same with frequency. So in this case, we want the most amount of frequency. So let's get the higher number first. Let's assign 5 to them and let's get 200 guys. See here, we will have people that have score 5 in frequency and score 4 in recency. That's exactly what we are looking for. So I'm going just to do this quickly, and to be honest, we don't need to do that. But I'm completing this. I did it. Great. And the same, once you do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, do the same with monetary value. So get the guys that spent more, order by them, assign a 5, and then you can see the magic, right? So there's a lot of people that are score 4 in recency, score 5 in frequency, and score 5 in money. That's exactly what we are looking for. Let's go back to the Canva. Where are the Canva? Great. And for you and for me. So now we are in Canva, and now it's magic time. Once you did that, you will end up with a spreadsheet like that and 125 segments just like that. Don't go away. This is just a joke. This is the end result of the R.F.M. This is how you do it, but we won't use that. This is the master class on how everyone can do it. Before I show you the end result of what we are looking for today, I'm just going to explain to you very briefly how it works. So after you did that, assign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for everything, for the 3 pillars, you will have, this is just an enlargement of the same spreadsheet, just showing that we are looking for the top consumers. So the guys that have score 5 in recency, score 5 in frequency, and score 5 in monetary value. In my example here, I have 13 customers. Those guys are top tier. We need to keep them with us. But what about all the others? So if we look at these 22 consumers, they are 5 in recency, 5 in frequency, but they are 4 in monetary value. So those 22 guys are doing something different, or could be doing something different, so they spend more money with you. If we look for these 4 guys here below, the difference is they are visiting less, they are spending a lot of money, they are visiting less, and if they visited you more, they would spend more money. So that's why you do it. You do it because you want to know how your customers are and how you can move them one square further in order for them to bring you more money or results. So it looks like a big spreadsheet, but at the end it's actually a dashboard, because what we are looking for is for that arrow pointing up. You are trying to move all your customers one square at the time up and bring more results to you. This is the standard R.F.M, but what I'm going to show you is after you did that, you did your simple ranking with your data. What I want you to do, what I advise you to do, is make it way more simpler. Just sum all the scores. So a guy that was 5 in recency, 5 in frequency, and 5 in monetary value will be here. Instead of having 125 segments, we have only 12, because no one can be score 1 and 2, because the list is 3, because we have 3 scores. So put all your customers in these 12 segments. And no, you don't need to create an action for each segment. You could, but in my experience and recommendation, what you need to do is understand who are the customers that are in the awareness stage. They bought from you long ago, or they bought from you just once, or they bought from you whatever. And you have the opportunity, or you need to talk more about your brand. You need to make them more regular. Once you can bring them closer, they are in the retention area, and here is where you have growth. Here is where you are evaluating who are repeating customers that could start generating more money for your business. And they will be open to that because they already return, because they like your service, your product, whatever. And at the end, you have the customers that you need to shield. Those customers, besides or because of what you do, they love you. They buy from you regularly, and they spend a lot of money with you. So you need to make sure that you are treating them differently or very well, because you don't want them to go to your competitors, okay? Once you have this, I get to my final question for you guys. And I'm bringing here some examples on what you could be doing at each stage, customers on each stage. So the customers that are in the awareness stage, you need to sample your product. You need to do discounts to make them come to the store. You need to do those sweepstakes, those promotions, like buy from us and have a chance to win something. In the second tier, retention, this is where you have some customers that are starting to return, and you need to enhance that. So you could have personalized discounts, you could have the loyalty card saying come 10 times and win one, and you could have the points, the cashbacks, the bounce backs, and a lot of techniques. These customers will be interested in that because they are already repeating this behavior, and they could be incentivized to do it more. And the customers that you need to shield, I put the information up top because of my face here, but yes, you need to give them special things that are memorable with your brand. It's the emotional loyalty we always talk about. So you need to give them early access, branded items, experiences, whatever. The way that I showed you this made it way simpler for us to start having a basic customer segmentation that really works. The way I do it is a bit more complex than that, but the end result is the same. I always have this simplified version to explain to my customers or in my projects how am I going to sort my audiences and what are the strategies I'm going to do for each audience. One thing to keep in mind when you do this, because we use the Pareto and so on, it's important for you to know that on average, 70% of your customers will be in the awareness stage. 25, 28 will be in the retention stage, and a very small portion will be in the shield stage. This is for most business. I don't know your business. But what this really means is all brands that are giving you points, cashbacks, stamp cards, and so on, that is designed or that is appealing for only 20% of the audience. And they don't have a different offer for the customers that are on the awareness stage. And that's why most people think that those loyalty cards or point program and whatever don't work, because they really don't work for 70% of the audience. They could. There are strategies to that, but most brands don't have this simple exercise and different approaches. So, as a wrap up for today, 3 key points for us to discuss. So, you already have all the necessary data to do this. It's not complicated, it doesn't require specific skills. You could do it, it could take a bit more time than what I did here, but it's very easy to do. Any data processing tool can do it, and even make this automated. It's not hard to make this automated. If you need help, we will do just the automation for you, and you have that, because this data changes every day. And if you have this with a better recency on the data, you will take smarter choices and know from who do you need to offer a discount, who do you need to offer different things. And at the end, and maybe this word will sound weird to you, but really, big data is for machines. And we are here in this new AI empowered world. And yes, the AI can get all those 125 segmentations and do something with that. Us humans, we work with small data. This is a concept also, but we hear this concept not as many as big data. We need to have a way to transform that complex data in a form that we can take decisions and actions now, just like I showed you. So this is a simplified way to do an R.F.M, one of the best techniques or most common used techniques in marketing, that most people think you need some crazy data scientist to make it work for you. And I'm showing you that it's in reality very easy to do. I'm thinking on creating a second video on this subject, sharing more of my tips, the way that I do it, to enhance this even more and collect better results on this segmentation. But to be honest, it could be too much information, so I'll do it once I reach 1,000 subscribers, or I'll do it if you ask me in the chat, and I'll focus on doing that for you. It's not adding too much complication, but it won't make sense if you don't watch this video first. So I'm here for you if you say, I need to understand more of this, I need to go to the second level, and we will do that together. Ok? Obrigado.